Today we're going to look at Magic the Gathering creatures that add mana in the weirdest way. So basically, so long as it doesn't tap to add 1 mana, like that will get you disqualified. But outside of that, everything is fair game. Okay, Burgi, God of Storytelling. It is a 1 mana, sorry, it's a red 2 generic 3/3 god. And whenever you cast a spell, you get mana. That actually can be broken in some cases. Until end of turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases end. Actually, that is ridiculously broken. Why doesn't this card see more play? Creatures you control can boost twice during each of your turns rather than once. You know, you could have just ended at the first paragraph. Who's going to use the second part of this damn thing? Who cares? And we are going... Okay, so let's start off with, okay, I guess Satan's Catfish with Crystalline Crawler. They be crawling around, don't they? Oh, did I not spell that right? Okay, we got the Crystalline Crawler. 4 mana, 1/1 construct. But it's got Converge. Enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. Oh, it's very... Don't they have an ability like that? It's not even called Converge. I can't remember what it is. It's the same one for Engineered Explosives. Whatever. Remove a counter from Crystalline Crawler to add 1 mana of any color. Also, you can tap to add a counter to Crystalline Crawler. It is the mana version of Hangerback Walker. Sort of. Except when it dies, you don't get a bunch of mana on it. You know, if it died and you got treasures for every +1/+1 counter, then it'd be exactly like Hangerback Walker. Rated Lex. What do you got for us, Rated Lex? Curse of Opulent. Oops, not Opulent. Opulence. I love me curses. All right, we got a red or a curse. Enchant player. When enchant... This is not a creature, though. Nice idea. Oh, you almost pulled a fast one on me. You almost pulled a fast one on me. Anyway, disqualified. We're going to have to donate that one, Rated Lex. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll rate a good one next time. And let's donate it to Toilet Doc with Cody. Vociferous Codex. Also, shout out to the cursed guy. Bad luck all around. Okay, Cody, Vociferous Codex? I don't know how to pronounce this card. The Codex! 3 mana, 1/4 construct. You can't cast permanent spells. Why not? Okay, pay 4 tap. We add Wooburg! We actually net a mana here. When you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards on the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery card with lesser mana value. Cascade! They're mentioning Cascade, but they're like, you can't get creatures, which is, you know, traditionally we don't even cascade into creatures. It's like Crashing Rhinos, it's Ancestral Vision, it's like everything but creatures. And until end of turn, you may cast the card without paying its mana cost. Purge each other card exiled this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. This is the absolute weirdest card to add mana. That is so bizarre. So hold on, am I getting this straight? We net a mana, and we get the free card? I guess, okay, that's the way you can only compensate for not casting permanent spells anymore. That's cool. All right, next super chat we got from Alpha Nerd. Thanks so much, Alpha Nerd. Grinning Ingus. Grinning Ding. Grinning, I know it's Ingus? How do we spell Ingus? No, it's not Ingus. Grinning something. I know what you're talking about. Oh, it's Grinning Ignus. Oh, by the way, you did it right. You spelled it right. I spelled it wrong. And what it is a red 2 generic 2/2 elemental. You can pay a red. Return Grinning Ignus to its owner's hand, and you add 3 mana. Also a combo. This is a Burgi combo, right? They work off of each other or something. Or maybe I'm wrong. I know this combos with something. And it's so bizarre to put something in play, and then you have to pay a red to get the red back. Activate only as a sorcery. Cool card. Very, very cool. All right, let's look at only stamina with Experiment Craj. Experiment, or is it Cry? Cray? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. It's a blue, blue, green, green, 2 generic, 4/6 ooze mutant. It reminds me of Krang, actually. It's the brain in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Krang all grown up. Experiment Kraj has all activated abilities of each other creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, and tap put a counter on target creature. That has nothing to do with mana. What the hell? How did this get on here? Get it out of here. To the Urank with this card. Okay, so we gotta redonate this. No, this is a freebie one. All right, we move on to the next person. Let's go with Ree, the Scourge Familiar. It's a black 4 generic 3/2 imp. Oh, you discard a card, you add a black. That actually looks busted. It's 5 mana though, so it's a little off-put by that mana cost. I mean, you already have all the mana you could possibly want, more or less at 5 mana. Is that a needle? What is he gonna do with that thing? Flying, discard a card, add a black mana. It also has really good synergy with Madness. So you have a discard outlet that you could probably cast the cards for cheap and get mana out of it at the same time. Okay, let's we move on to Jay. What do you got for us, Jay? The Soulbright Flamekin. They be flaming, don't they? Those elementals. All right, we got a red 1 generic 2/1 elf elemental shaman. Pay 2. Oh god, what the hell is going on down here? Target creature gains trample until end of turn. If this is the 3rd time this ability has resolved this turn, you can add red. I lost track. 8 mana to your mana pool. So you do net mana. This is a cash money play. Oh, but it doesn't stack after that, so you can pay 6 in order to get 8. It works great. When provoked, a Flamekin's inner fire burns far hotter than any giant's forge. All right, what do we have next? Let's get. I saw Platonic Liquid got the right idea. Omnath, Locus of all. There's also like, I think all the Omnaths add mana in a way. Are you sure this one does it? I know the other one, Locus of Creation, does. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. It's going to the dark side. If it becomes black, what's up with all these hands? Okay, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it has 3 or more colored mana symbols and its mana cost. If you do, add 3 mana in any combination of its colors and put it into your hand. If you don't, reveal it and put it into your hand. That is some really weird mana. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. Lose? But then what do you do with it? What do you mean lose unspent mana? I don't even know what that sentence means. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black. Okay, so let's say I passed through my phase and I didn't spend my mana floating. It becomes black, but it's still gone. What relevance is that? Anyway, I'm not even gonna think about it. All right, we got Pyro Bob with the Storm. Is it Storm Kiln Artist in 3 words? It is. We got a Storm Kiln Artist for a red 3 generic 2/2 Dwarf Shaman. Gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control, but it's got Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, creates a treasure token. All right, we make treasure. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, what does that mean? Like you're mining with this thing? We gotta dig for that treasure. I'm surprised it doesn't make treasure, but I thought they're miners. They get gold, silver. I mean, I guess you just throw it all in the treasure chest, whatever. Canty with Andrios, Roaming Explorer. This is so new. We've got a photograph from some phone. It's not even that clear of an image. Is it sleeved? I think it's sleeved up as well. Whatever. Okay, it's a green 5 generic 4/3 wizard. Reach, as long as Andros is attacking, tap creatures you control have. With base power and toughness 4/3, have base power and toughness 16/9. Well, sounds very similar to 69. Am I right or am I right? All right, we tap, add Wooburg. Creatures spells you spend this mana to cast have their base power and toughness become 4/3. That is just strange. It says reach, you create 4/3s. Tap creatures control the base power and toughness 4-3 have base power and toughness 16-9. That is just bizarre. The 4-3 turns into a 16-9. Whatever. Platonic Liquid. Oh, wow, you got a freebie and now you got a super chat. Mr. House. President and CEO not even out yet. Is this a real card? You are not wrong. Okay, what the hell is going on here? And who is that creepy guy in the photo? There's someone laying down on a bed. I'm not gonna ask what's going on over there. Okay, I'm done with the questions. We got a black, white, red, 0/4 human. Whenever you roll a 4 or higher, create a 3/3 colorless robot artifact creature token. If you rolled a 6 or higher, instead create that token and a treasure token. And you also pay 4 tap, roll a 6-sided die plus an additional 6-sided die. Why doesn't it just say roll 2 6-sided die? This is a little too wordy for me. For each mana from treasures spent to activate this ability. Okay, this broke my brain like just a little bit. Oops, keep hitting the wrong sound effect here. Whenever you roll a 4 or higher, create 3/3. If you roll 6 or higher, and how do you get 6 or higher? What kind of die are we rolling? Whenever you roll 4 or higher, it says, oh, I see, from anything. So if I roll a 20-sided die from like a Dungeons and Dragons card, I get treasure tokens, if I understand that correctly. And here we specifically have to roll 6-sided dice. All right, so if you combine this with Dungeons and Dragons cards, you're gonna get some treasures. Yeah, if you use 4 mana from the treasures, roll 5. Ooh, that's strange. Note, Mr. House. We can't be talking like that because it works on 20-sided dice, and there you certainly will roll 6 or more. Yes, it does. Unless we have 100-sided dice. That's why I said you can definitely combine that with the D&D set. They were meant to have that synergy together. Okay, was that a freebie? I can't even remember. Okay, Rated Lex. Oh, we did the Soul... Sorry, Rated Lex. Let me try that again. Soulbright Flame Kit. Do you have another one? Did you put anything in chat? You redeemed yourself for the 3rd time. You got sniped on your path to redemption. No, you didn't put anything in chat. Do you have another one in the super chat? Okay, I'm gonna keep a lookout for you, Rated Lex. I'm gonna keep an eye out for you. Oh, there we go. I know you're from Canada, but are you going to be streaming next Thursday, which is Thanksgiving? Of course. I also stream on Thanksgiving in Canada. Okay, Ramos. Dragon Engine. 3rd time's the charm. Right? We got a 6 mana 4/4 flyer. And whenever you cast a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Ramos Dragon Engine for each of that spell's colors. Also remove 5 counters from Ramos. Add double Wooburg. Ah, we have found the combo piece to the destroy target player artifact. What is that? The door to nothingness? Remove, activate this ability only once each turn. We only need it once. Once, and they one shot and they're dead. Oh, of course, if this thing's on the battlefield, make sure you just in the blind put Pithing Needle and name door to nothingness. Just my 2 cents. Okay, we got Coulter Chase with Diamond Lion. One of the worst creatures to add mana. It's a 2 mana 2/2. You have to wait a whole turn to get back to your turn. Then you have the option to tap it and discard your hand and you have to sacrifice it. Add 3 mana of any one color. Activate only as an instant. Enjoy your mana for what it's worth. Use it on flashback cards or whatever. Yeah, we did Bergie. Bergie was my suggestion, I tell you. I should have started with a crappier one. Gave the nice ones to you guys. Liquid Soulfly with Priest of Gix. Priest of Gix, we got a black 2 generic 2/1 human cleric minion. When Priest of Gix enters the battlefield, you add triple black to your mana pool. Also, it's free. That's good value. Also, actually, you can net mana if you can get this thing out cheaply. Like, I don't know, put it in play with Ether Vial, or you have a cost reducer in play. Then it's all gravy. It's all gravy. Do you know what does it remind me of? It reminds me of Burning Tree Emissary, which maybe somebody will mention sometime this show. Ryan Seth. What do we got here? Thermopod. Live long, the coffee crew. True story to all the coffee crew. Thermopod. It is a red 4 generic 4/3 slug. Not a lot of slugs in this game. Also, I don't know what the slug is doing in a snow environment. It's a snow creature. Look, I come from one of the coldest places on the face of the earth, and I never see slugs moving around like during winter. I don't know, unless they're like burrowing in the snow somewhere. Okay, for 1 snow, Thermopod gains haste until end of turn. The snow give it speed, not slow it down. And then sacrifice a creature, add red to your mana pool. None of this card makes any sense. It is a complete abomination to flavor, in my opinion. Now, if they called it a worm, that sort of makes sense, I guess. It could make as much sense as those worms. Was there a worm on Hoth in Star Wars? Maybe there's just a worm on the asteroid. I'm sure there's some sort of worm creatures out there in the snow. Slugs take long naps when it's cold out. Yeah, I know. This guy has more energy somehow when there's snow. Okay, let's get one from Vagilis Fear, Benthic Explorers. We got a blue 3 generic 2/4 Merfolk Scout. Oh, a Merfolk! That adds mana? I can tap. Untap a tapped land an opponent controls to add 1 mana of any type that land could produce to your mana pool. That is insane! And by insane, I mean like that is weird. Untap their land, I get mana. And it's sort of fair, because now they get some mana too. It's a win-win scenario. It's almost like a group hug type of mana source. Hey, we all get mana. Satan's Catfish, thanks so much for your super chat. Mere Convert? Mere Convert. Twice? Okay, we got a 2 mana, 2/1 Phyrexian Mirror with Toxic 1. Tap, pay 2 life, add 1 mana of any color. This is also a great way to reduce your life total if that is something you need for, maybe Death Shadow. Okay, NBC. How about Pillapala? Pillapala, you got it. I know what you're talking about. Okay, we got the 2 mana, 1/1 flying. Pay 2. We have to pay 2 to untap it. So it has to be tapped already to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. This is like working really hard to get mana. In some way, we're not even adding mana. We're sort of filtering mana. But whatever. I'll count it because it's so bizarre. I can't remember. This combo's with something architect. You can like tap an artifact to add like double colorless or double blue, and then you can use this to untap it to get a mana, so you net mana. Our Grand Architect for the Pillapal. There we go. Ruff knows their combos. Also, they probably play the combo. We got CK Ram. Thank you so much. With the Selvala. Which one? Well, I guess the one that has to be a creature. There's 2 creatures that are I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna hope that this actually works. Somebody's gotta be more specific. Okay, we got a white-green, 1 generic 2/4 Elf Scout with Parlay. Tap, each player reveals the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, add a green and you gain 1 life. Then each player draws a card. What? I don't even like this ability. It does work for the show. I mean, for the record, you do get your mana. You give them cards! Oh no, everyone gets the card. Okay, so including you. Alright, so it's not bad. I like it. I like it. Was it the wrong one? It works, though. Did he dispute it? I didn't hear any complaining, so I'm going to assume that this is the card. We do add the green in a very, very unconventional way. Let's look at... Amanda's Vidalcan Artificer. What did I spell wrong? Vidalcan. Is it V-A? Vidalcan? Maybe it's not Artificer? Vidalcan Art? I don't know what this is. Amanda, help me here. Oh, it could be anything. There's a million Vidalcans out here. They all do all sorts of weird damn things. Oh, it doesn't exist? Such card does not exist. Okay, with Sylvala, we got a comment here. We got a comment. Okay, so with Sylvala, if it doesn't make enough mana to cast your spell, doesn't it break the game? For each player, reveal the top of the card. For each non-land card revealed this way, add green, and you gain 1. Then each player... No, because so what happens is, I'm pretty sure you're activating this thing before you try to cast your spell, and then whatever mana is floating in your mana pool, you can use it to cast your spell. Okay, let's look at another... No, I get it's freebie time. Someone gets a freebie. I don't think Diego got one yet. Okay, we have Karn Legacy Reforged. Really? Okay, we have a 5-mana Star Golem. Karn's Legacy reforged power and toughness are each equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control, which could be 5, so it's not getting any lower than 5. At the beginning of your upkeep, add colorless for each artifact you control. What the hell? That is insane. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. Who cares? And until end of turn, you don't lose the mana either? This is broken. Is this new? This came from March of the Machines. If you're in a pure artifact deck, this is absolute... Oh, yeah, I think it's busted. This card looks so busted. I mean, I guess it has to suck, because I've never heard of it, but it does cost like $10. Yeah, completely it dangers. You get free mana every turn for each artifact you control. That's like mana rocks. That is lands. There's artifact lands out there. That's your soul ring. And you're playing an artifact deck anyway. Like, what does it matter? Even if the artifacts cost black or blue, you can still use that mana on it. Anyway, okay, so, okay, we're gonna go back to them super chats. We got Alpha Nerd with the Gilded Goose. Oh yeah, converts food into mana, which is a little bit bizarre. Green 02 Flyer enters the battlefield to create a food token. You can sack it for paying 2 tap, gaining 3 life. Or, how about this? We turn that food into fuel. You pay a green, 1 generic, tap, to create a food, sorry, and the most important ability is tap, sack a food, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Very, very bizarre. And very playable, actually. One of the more interesting, more playable mana dorks in the game. I'm surprised this card doesn't see a little bit more play in the non-rotating formats, especially since it's like a 0/2 creature, and actually I think making artifacts and also gaining life is pretty relevant. Gives you something to do with your unspent mana, too. We got Mudasir with Priest of the Forgotten Gods. That is a weird mana producer. Very strange. Priest of the... Okay, I think it's... What's it called? Forgotten God. It's not Priest. It's something else of the Forgotten Gods. Oh, so it's Priest of Forgotten Gods. I know, I hate Scryfall for this. You put the anywhere, and it's like, I don't know what you're talking about anymore. Like, the card doesn't exist to me. I'm looking up Hall of Storm Giants, but I put in Hall of the Storm Giants. This card doesn't exist. Okay, we have a green 1 generic, 1/2 human cleric. Tap, sack 2 other creatures. So long, suckers. And any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature, and you get 2 black, and you also draw a card. That's a lot of value. You do have to sack the creatures, though. Oh, what is it? I'm just gonna call you Big M. You are Big M around here. Welcome, Big M. Okay, what do we got here? Let's do... Turiat? Ashnod? Flesh Mechanist. We have a black 1/1 Human Artificer with Death Touch. Whenever Ashnod's Flesh Mechanist attacks, you may sacrifice another target creature. If you do, create a tap Power Stone token. Power Stones, I believe, are artifacts that you can only tap to play play artifacts. And you can also pay 5, exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a tapped 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. That is very, I would say that's also a very crappy ramp. Whenever it attacks, you may sack another creature. I gotta sack creatures, got a Power Stone? Ew, yuck. Still counts for the show. Boulder with a huge, actually, donating 5. Okay, that actually qualifies. 5 super chats. Okay, so let's crank through these. We're gonna give one to, let's give to Bulky with the Rattle Claw Mystic. The second part. Oh yes, the Morph. Because you gotta add 1 mana, which would not count for this show. But if it's turned face up from its Morph, you add 3 mana to your mana pool instead. So it's like free, because you have to pay 3 to morph it. Free mana. You didn't lose anything at all. You didn't really get anything either. Oh, you just get the mana filtering, I guess. Alright, second one. Composite Golem from Toes. It's a 6 mana 4/4. Sack it for Wooburg. Hey, Composite Golem, how do you like the idea of getting sacrificed? I don't think they're going to like it very much at all. An Artificer's Experiment in cross-material engineering found its own purpose as an interpreter between the cultures. Christopher B. with Valley Maker. We got a Gruul Hybrid 5 generic 5/5. Tap, sack a mountain to deal 3 damage to target creature. Yeah, you get them creatures. And also tap, sack a forest. Choose a player. That player adds green to their mana pool. Everybody, you need some green mana? I got the green mana that you're looking for. But I'm looking for some protection. Alright, so you don't attack. I'll help you cast that card, but don't you dare attack me with it. Or we're never going to make deals on any future games. Jess! How many cards did we do so far? 1, 2, that was 3. Cloth. It's really called Cloth? Cloth Unrivaled Ancient. Okay, we have a green-red 5 generic 4/4 flyer haster. It's a dragon. When Cloth attacks, add X mana in any combination of colors where X is the total power of attacking creatures. Oh, that's a lot of mana. Spend this mana only to cast spells. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. You could literally add like 20 mana for the if you have enough of these creatures out. But here's another thing. If you have 7 mana already for this damn thing, you probably have already emptied your hand. You probably have only 1 more thing to cast. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Okay, last one from the super chats of Boulder. Altar of Shadows to the Darkest Angel. 7 mana art. Not a creature. Disqualified. So we give it to the Cult Hero. Hulking Raptor. Oh, you guys, you gotta thank Boulder for the free donations. It's a green 2 generic 5/3 dinosaur with Ward 2. At the beginning of your pre-combat phase, add green. What, for nothing? This card is nuts. And it's Ward 2. And it's a 5/3 creature. This card has quite a future ahead of it, in my opinion. All right, we're going to look at more amazing green cards that add mana in the strangest ways. But if you want to buy those cards, you know where to get them from. You get them at FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my own Magic cards. You can pre-order cards from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. You can also take advantage of their Black Friday sale before that's actually Black Friday. See, so these stories, you know what? You know, there's the Black Friday, then people try to get ahead with the pre-Black Friday sale, and then soon enough there's going to be like a pre-Black Friday sale. Soon enough we're going to have Black Friday pre-sales at the start of October. That's why they start selling like Christmas stuff like the moment Halloween ends. Sometimes before even Halloween ends. They try to get early on that stuff. And you can support the channel by buying from FusionGamingOnline.com because they're sponsoring me, damn it. And you can also help yourself out by using coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. As new sets come out, If you want to get that competitive edge to play the best deck at any point every single week, you know, Aspiring Spike's making like a new tier 1 deck like every month. And if you want to get in on that action to be competitive, you're going to want to play with Mana Traders to play the hot new thing every single week in and week out. And you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below. Or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_3KF. Alright, back to Mana Land. It's Mana Land! It's Mana Land! Let's look at... Okay, next super chat coming from Robert! What do you got for me, Robert? Cradle Clear Cutter? Cradle Clear. Looks secretly great, but also kind of jank. Don't get me wrong, almost all these cards today are pretty jank. 6 mana for a 3/6 Golem with Prototype, so you can pay it for 3 mana, it's only a 1/3. And the ability is tap, add an amount of green equal to Cradle Clear Cutter's power? Okay. So if you pay more mana, you get more if you pay more mana, you get more mana. So it's an investing sort of thing. You gotta invest to get more. The more you pay into it, the more it pays out. The Abyss Soul Cryptghast. That's like a soul ring for swamps or something? If I remember correctly, I don't know what this Nirvana Remnant is. Mobs with the bubbling muck ability? I have no idea. Cryptghast! Black 3 generic 2/2 with Extort. It's gonna extort you. And whenever you tap a swamp for mana, add black mana to your mana pool. This card looks insane. The only problem with it is it's a 2/2 dink. But it's a spirit. But adds... whenever you tap a swamp, this plus Urborg is basically a combo. All your manas are soul lands. Soul lands. Alright, next super chat coming from Platonic Liquid. The Fanghorn Treep Shepherd. It is a green 4 generic for a 4/10 Tree Folk. Tree Folk you control have Vigilance. Whenever one or more Tree Folk you control attack, add twice that much green mana. So I attack with 1 Tree Folk, I get 2, if I understand correctly. You don't lose unspent green mana as steps and phases end. Again, but another card that, like, what else do I have to cast? What, Eldrazi? I've already spent 7 mana to get this thing in play. How much more mana do I need? I already used up all my resources, soul rings, and, I don't know, mana crypts to get this thing in play. Okay, who hasn't got something yet? Who hasn't got some? Did we get to... David Sampson. Omnath. Locus of all. We did that one. We got J-Bive with a Jahira, Friend of the Forest. Alright, Friend of the Forest. Green 2 generic 2/3 Hume Elf Druid. Tokens you control have tap, add a green mana. Tokens? Like any tokens? Even if they're inanimate objects? You get to choose a background. You can have a background as a second commander. Oh, I guess so. I mean, look, we have something growing out of the damn table over here. So so now you don't have to sack your treasures anymore. You can repeatedly use them for mana. Because they're tokens. They're any tokens. Cool card. Zai Kurin, thanks so much for your super chat. Honored Hierarch. The one who falls short of its noble brethren. Honored. Where is this thing? Oh, there we go. Green 1/1 with Renowned 1. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't renowned, put a counter on it. And as long as Honored Hierarch is renowned, it has Vigilance and tap, add 1 mana of any color in your mana pool. You don't add mana by default? This card sucks. So it has to deal damage. This creature literally needs to upgrade itself. Well, it wasn't born adding mana. It needed to get its hands dirty a little bit. And then we got a little... I don't even understand the flavor to this. They slap someone, and now they can add mana. Okay, next. Guillaume with a Darkar Unicorn. Ooh, this is an old one. Summon Unicorn. White, 1 generic for a 2/2 to tap either blue or blue. The illusion of choice. And one, oh, it's blue and 1 colorless. I have to read through the whole damn thing. To your mana pool. This mana is usable only for cumulative upkeep. Play this ability as an interrupt. Why would I ever choose? Oh yeah, mana burn. That looks so stupid. Like, let's look at this. Look how it's like errated here. It looks so bad. You can either add a blue or you can add a blue and 1 colorless. What do you want? Do you want $1 or do you want $2? No, there's no catch. I'm serious. Yeah, mana. That's the only reason. It's the only reason I could see why you would not want the second option. Today, that is just stone cold useless. Tommy Siddons with Wild Cantor. It is a really bizarre card. Okay, for a hybrid Gruul, we got 1/1. Sack it, add 1 mana of any color in your mana pool. Sorry, Wild Cantor, you're getting sacrificed to the gods around here. Gunblade Knight. What super chat? I give you this super chat. Priest of Forgotten Gods. It's important to remember it is not a mana ability. Sorry, Gunblade Knight, you got sniped. You got sniperoonied, which means we donate. We're gonna donate your super chat, unless you give another suggestion. No, I don't see it. Okay, we donate your super chat to Matthias, Jasmine, Boreal of the 7. We got a white-green 1 generic 2/4. Tap to add 2 mana. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells with no abilities. That is so boring. Spend this mana only a creature spell. It has to have nothing? So this is just made for a vanilla deck? Vanilla are us. Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. What the hell is going on here? So you make... This is such a bizarre commander. Yeah, I'm a vanilla commander. It's like everything you play is crap. I mean, you can play some cards, I guess, that have abilities, but I mean, you get the big payoff by having just giant vanilla cards on the battlefield. They're trying to up the price of the old vanilla cards of the past. That's why they don't make vanilla. Yeah, the vanilla commander. Not even vanilla themselves. What a flavor fail. But it works for the show. Very interesting card. Very thought-provoking. The Emperor! We got a huge super chat. First of all, effects like Omnaths that say if you would lose mana, it becomes X instead, mean the mana doesn't leave your pool. It remains in your pool. Second of all, 2 cards. Okay. Yeah, of course. You wouldn't have made this big super chat without a little something in return, wouldn't you? Okay, well, it was a huge super chat, so we'll get both your cards. So Mahadi and Herald of Leshrac. Thanks so much for the rules clarification, because that when reading the card doesn't really explain what the hell's going on. Okay, we have a red-black 1 generic 3/3 Cat Devil. Doesn't look very devilish at all. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. Oh, God. So for all your poor dead creatures, we get a little treasure. What do you do? Raid their loot? Reminds me of those MMOs. Oh, there's a dead person. All right, go get their stuff. Take it. Okay, Herald of Leshrac. We have a black 6 generic 2/4 avatar with flying. Commutative upkeep. Gain control of a land you don't... Gain control of a land you don't control. Herald of Leshrac gets +1/+1 for each land you control but don't own. And it leaves play. Each player gains control of each land he or she he or she owns that you don't control. Was it MTG Creatures that add mana in the weirdest way? Okay, sure. You know what? That was a big super chat. I'll let this one fly. Technically, this is like stealing lands in the weirdest way, but you do get some mana in the end. Shane King, Grand Architect. Oh yeah, it goes well with that Pilla Palla that we saw earlier. The Foretold Grand Architect. It's a blue, 1 generic, 1/3 Vidalcan Artificer. Other blue creatures you control get +1/+1. Also a blue tap. Target artifact creature becomes blue until end of turn. Why would we want to do that? Because the thing is, if we tap untap blue creatures you control, you add double colorless. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activated abilities. Make sure your doctor says that this ability is right for you. And we go back to Zai Curran. Thanks so much for your super chat. Corzin Restore. What are we restoring here? Is it Crozin? Crozin Restore. Oldie, but I always love this in a green-red Madness deck. Madness it is. Green 2 generic for a 1/2. Tap, untap target land. Threshold, untap up to 3 target lands. You don't even need this in a Madness deck. You can put this just in like any deck that fills up your graveyard. Who doesn't have a full graveyard these days? Although I have to admit, I play Merfolk. My graveyard is full, but it's all just full of my dead creatures. Oh, my poor Merfolk. They sacrifice themselves for the greater good. Will Anderson. Whoop, this is not Will Anderson. Will Anderson. People are wild in chat. With Sanctum Weaver. Hit that Dryad with the Freed from Real, and as long as you have any X payoffs, you'll win instantly. Is that how it works? Green 1 generic, 0/2. At X mana of any one color, where X is the number of enchantments you control. Greatest mana ramp in an enchantment deck. I just like this name, Dinglebag. Welcome, Dinglebag. Belb. Corrupted Observer. Oh, God. Looks like Belb's going through their goth phase in high school. This is a green-black 2/2 zombie elf. That's quite accurate. Okay, at the beginning of each player's post-combat main phase, that player adds double colorless for each of your opponents who lost life this turn. At the beginning of each player's post-combat main phase. So the second main phase, they add double colorless for each of your opponents that lost life this turn. So if they attack 3... Okay, so everyone gets access to this ability. They deal damage to like 3 people. They get 6 colorless. I don't even know how the zombie elf deck is even going to use that. Zombies are heavy on black. Elves are heavy on green. What is the... This is... I don't know. This is like a group hug card. You want to give everyone else mana, not yourself. Okay. Next super chat we got from Holden. Holden! Thank you so much for your super chat. Simeon Spirit Guide. Our favorite banned card in Modern. Not banned anywhere else. Not banned enough. Okay, we have a green 2 generic 2/2. Harambe! Ape Spirit. Oh, this is a spirit. You can play this in a spirit deck. Not that it flies very well. A spirit that doesn't fly. There we go. We found it. Exile Simeon Spirit Guide if you ever had. Add a red mana. Is actually the most busted way. It's the most busted, weird way to add mana to your mana pool. Undisputed. We got one from Slack today. Belb. Oh, Belb is so high. This is a comment. I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge. Paxton with Gad Rack, Crown Scourge. The red 2 generic 5/4 Flying Dragon can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. Making everyone's why are we getting tokens for our dead creatures? They really are like the only flavor I could see is that you just looted their pockets. Oh, it's a dead person. What are we gonna do? Check their wallet! That's the first thing that we should do. Take the credit card! We need credit cards in this game. Most powerful card in all of Magic the Gathering. Alpha Nerd. Geology Enthusiast. It is a blue 3 generic 2/5 Human Artificer. At the beginning of your end step, create a tap Power Stone token. God, those things suck. And also pay 6, draw a card, and put a +1/+1 counter on Geology Enthusiast. If I understand correctly, the Power Stone... What does a Power Stone token do? Add colorless. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. It can't even be used to activate its own ability. Damn it. Awful. Whatever, it works. Who likes Power Stone tokens? I don't. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. I think Pedman's trying to get this Keenan on here for a long time. Keenan! Bonder Prodigy. Both Enabler and Endgame all rolled up into a 2-mana commander. What is there not to hate? Except to hate this commander. It's a blue-green 2/2 human druid, and you tap a non-land permanent for mana. Add 1 mana of any type that permanent would produce. This card's busted. It's 2 mana and makes... Oh, whenever you tap a non... Oh, it has to be a non-land permanent. So like a Birds of Paradise or something. Okay, so a little bit more fair. 7 mana. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Not to mention, hey... when you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. So your Soul Ring adds like 3 mana. That's insane. Okay, another super chat from Alphanerd. Did we do Harabaz Druid? Maybe not. We did another Druid. Green 1 generic. For a 0/1, it's an ally. Tap, add X mana of any one color to your mana pool, where X is the number of allies you control. Them allies do ally things. Let's... It's hard to tell who's got one, who has... I don't know if Rainer got one yet today. Yurlock. The Scorch of Thrash. Okay, so we have Jund 1 generic for a 4/4 vigilance. A player losing unspent mana causes that player to lose that much life. Mana burn is back, baby! And we also pay 1 tap. Each player adds Jund to their mana pool. It's a big, high risk, high reward play, though. Are we helping them or hurting them? Only time will tell. Next super chat also coming from Alphanerd. The Illuminor Sheraz? The hell? Okay, it is a real card. It's a black 2 generic 3/3 Necron. Soul, the Secrets of the Soul. Sacrifice another creature. Add an amount of black equal to that sacrificed creature's mana value. Again, now I understand the whole idea of sacking creatures and getting some sort of life out of it, because you're sucking their life force. You know, mana was spent to make you, and mana will take back from you. Dario! Goldspan Dragon. Oh yeah, this guy. I don't understand why this card was even, like, so popular. I mean, maybe in Commander I get it, because it has haste. It's a red 3 generic 4/4 dragon, flying. And it has haste. Whenever Goldspan Dragon attacks or becomes the target of a spell, create a treasure token. And treasures you control have tap, sack this artifact, add 2 mana of any one color. I mean, I guess you could create a bunch of treasures first, get the Goldspan Dragon, and go kaboom. But whatever. Next super chat from C. Cram. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sylvana Explorer. Retuned is a mana ability. Uh-oh. Okay, we did fine. We did this one! So you can use it to pay cost of a spell on cast. If you fail to generate enough mana to cast the spell, the casting is reversed? Hold on. Sylvana Explorer Returned is a mana ability, so you can use it to pay the cost of a spell on cast. Oh, you mean it's okay. So we can cast, attempt to pay the spell with mana, but if we fail to generate enough mana, the casting is reversed. Okay, I thought you were mentioning this card. You were actually correcting us. Okay, that's totally fair, yeah. The way a spell, or the way you pay for spells and abilities is you first declare the spell, or declare the card you want to cast as a spell. Next, you have to declare targets, and the last thing that you have to do, if there are any, and the last thing you have to do is pay mana. So I guess you can tap this to pay the mana. It's a very weird way to tap and pay the mana. Now, you did not mention a card, so we are going to donate it. We're going to donate it to Michelon with the old gnawbone. I thought this was going to be an old card. This is a green 5 generic 7/7 dragon with flying. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you get yourself... Oh, you get that many treasure tokens. What's with them dragons with treasure? They don't even buy anything! You go into a dragon's lair. I don't see their Nintendo Switch. I don't see their like 50-inch flat screen TV. They're literally just hoarding the money for nothing. They're not even contributing to the economy. It's not even in the stock market. Okay, let's... New to the channel, welcome. Fun content. You didn't even mention a card. Look at all these other people desperately trying to get their cards in. Well, anyway, welcome, Jeremy, either way. Okay, David wants redemption. Defiler of Vigor. Defiler of Vigor, green, green 3 generic for a 6/6 Phyrexian Worm with Trample. As initial cost to cast green permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. When those spells cost 2... Sorry, those spells cost green less to cast if you paid life this way. This effect reduces only the amount of green mana you pay. Whenever you cast a green permanent spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Whenever you... As an additional cost to cast a green spell, you can pay 2 life. Those spells cost green less to cast. This technically doesn't add mana. Wow, what a way to fail. It's a weird cost reducer, but does not actually add mana. Did we not get one from you, Slack? I did mention you. I swear we took a card from you. Bogwitch. Maybe I'm wrong. We got them, Bogwitch. You put 3 mana 1/1 on the battlefield. You want Dark Rituals? We got Dark Rituals. We can Dark Ritual all day, because for a black tap, discard a card, add triple black to our mana pools. King Ginger, thank you so much for your super chat. Driving to Florida for vacation. Oh, we're in Florida. I have been around the Daytona area many times. Not right now, of course. Okay, we got the Tanuki Transplanter. You mean like the Tanuki suit? You mean the raccoon suit? Raccoon-looking suit that Mario 3 wears? It is a raccoon! Okay. So we have a green 3 generic 2/4. Whenever a Tanuki Transplanter or equipped creature attacks, add an amount of green equal to its power. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. It also has reconfigure for 3. For all we know, there's Mario right there. But we would never know because he's in the Tanuki suit. He's playing it low to get around the Goombas and the Paratroopas and stuff like that. Going to Coral Springs, enjoy your vacation. Also, don't super chat while driving. Oh, the raccoon gang is around, except it's a dog. What's up? Is it a dog? Oh yeah, it's a dog. Is raccoon like super close to a dog? I guess so. What is a fox? Is fox a dog or a wolf? Or is it its own thing by itself? Let us know in the comment section below. Abzo with Naheb the Eternal. Red 3 generic for a 4/6 legendary creature with Afflict 3, which means if it's blocked, the defending player loses 3 life. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, add a red for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. Deal them damage, get them manas. Stealing their manas. Too late, I sent a few already. You get King Ginger gets pulled away by the police. What were you doing over there? I was just super chatting on my phone. That'll go really well with them. Arthur, fox is a cat dog. I can sort of see it. Does Zoran count? Okay, we got a red 2 generic 3/2 elemental. If you'd create 1 or more treasure tokens instead, create those tokens plus an additional treasure instead. Sure, whatever. I'll give it to you. Next super chat we got from Pyro Bob. Thank you so much for your super chat. Magus of the Vineyard. It's a weird janky one. Is it? No, it's Magus, right? Magus of the Vineyard. All right, we got a green 1/1 human wizard at the beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase. Add double green to that player's mana pool. Is that it? At the beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase, we all get mana. Look, everyone, I brought the bacon and snacks. I brought pizza for everybody. Everyone gonna get in on this. This is the exact same as the new Dino, except it's a 1-mana 1/1. I'm actually not really familiar with the Dino. Oh, Darkest Angel, did I make you fail one? Redemption, please, Gyre. Sage. You know, if you guys fail, I've already forgotten about it. Don't worry. Everyone has failed on this show before. If you're a relic of Coffee and MTG, you've definitely heard the buzzer at least once in your life. Okay, you have green, 1 generic, 1/2 elf druid with evolve. And tap, add a green for each +1/+1 counter on the Gyre Sage. Okay, so you keep evolving. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, so that you just play creatures with greater power and toughness, and this thing gets more counters, which adds more mana. Also, you could cheat. Add them proliferate cards in your deck to add more mana. Toa with Metalworker. This is a bizarre one. It's actually one of the most busted mana producers in the game. 3 mana for a 1/2. Tap, reveal any number of artifact cards in your hand and add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool for each card revealed this way. I remember the first time I was up against Metalworker, I'm like, I'm not going to counter the Metalworker. I'm going to counter the thing that they cast. And then they revealed, like, I don't know, 7 ginormous creatures in their hand. I'm like, okay, I'm dead. And I have no way to deal with the stupid Metalworker now. Yeah, lessons learned. Okay, Steve Cooper. We got the Cryptic Trilobite and donations ×4. Cryptic Trilobite. Yeah, so you like gave yourself 1 and gave 4 to the community. Okay, we got the XX00 enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Remove a counter, add double colorless. Spends mana only to activate ability. Only to activate abilities. Boo. Also pay 1 tap, put a counter on your Cryptic Trilobite. All right, we got 4 donations. It's on Steve Cooper. What was it, Trilobite? Okay, the Cryptic Trilobite, because it's trying to cast things, but really it can't. Okay, let's give to Islarf, Orcish Lumberjack. Did we do this one, or did we do something similar? I think we did something similar, but we didn't do this. Red, 1/1. Tap, sack a forest. Add 3 mana of any combination of red or green. This is like a weird old card that I feel like not a lot of people actually know about. Zeus with Gazeleth Prismari. Prismari. Okay, we have a red, blue, 2 generic, 3/3 Elder Dragon with flying. Enter the battlefield, create a treasure token. And artifacts you control have tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. It's coming with them treasures. Dinglebag with, how do I look this up? I know what you're talking. Is it Sticker Goblin? Is it just called Sticker Goblin? I think it's called Name Sticker Goblin. And it is a stupid card. I hate this card. Oh, do I have my sound effect? Oh, we do! Okay, here, get this. So we're gonna roll. And what it's gonna land on, we don't know. But it only costs 3 mana to play this thing. You pay 1 to... If you roll 1 to 6, you get 4 mana. Which is bull crap, because that's more mana than it costs to cast this thing. And it only gets better from there. You roll from 7 to 14, you get 5 mana. You go 15 to 20, you get 6 mana. I think it's just a BS card. Isn't it yes, there's a real... I got beat by a Goblins deck playing this. They went Name Sticker Goblin into Muxus, and I was dead. I was just stone cold dead. Not happy. Okay, that was the second card. Stranger Candy with Sylvan Caryatid. I think this is going to get disqualified. It adds 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Not exciting. Not very weird, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to give that one to... let's see. Toilet Duck Urza. Lord High Artificer. Blue 2 generic for a 1/4. Enters the battlefield with 0/0 construct that gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. And you can tap an untapped artifact you control to add a blue. So every artifact, it's Mox Sapphire. Also pay 5 mana, shuffle your library, exile the top card. Until end of turn, you can play that card without paying its mana cost. Matthews with Mana Echoes. Oops, mana. Enchantment, not a creature. Disqualified. The Abyssal Soul, Weather Wayfinder. Oh, sorry, Wayfarer. That's a white 1/1. Pay a white tap. Search your library for a land. Reveal it, put it in your hand. Then shuffle. Activate only if you control more lands than you. Activate only if an opponent controls more lands than you. I don't think this counts. Doesn't add. It's like even. It didn't even put the land on the battlefield. Like, what's your argument for this weathered Wayfinder? Okay, we got Is this really your last try? Inga Asika? Inga, is this right? Oh, it is right. Okay, Inga and Asika, blue, green, 2 generic for a 4/4 human god. Creatures you control have vigilance and tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana from card, what is creatures you control have vigilance? Okay, do you know what? This counts. That is really weird. So everyone's a mana dork, even for things that don't normally add mana. Okay, I believe we got to 4. We did like 3 legal ones and 3 illegal ones. I'm pretty sure we got 4 legal ones out of that. So many buzzed cards. That was a buzzed card. That was a real card. That also, okay, that was 4. We got 4. Okay, let's move on to the other super chats. Okay, so now it's only super chat time. We're now over time, but that's fine. It's just super chats from here on out. Laura Croft, the Tomb Raider. She adds mana. We got the red, blue, green. 3/4 human ranger. Is she a ranger? I thought she was like a detective or something. Full disclaimer, I was a Nintendo stan, all right? Never played PlayStation. I know as much about her as I know about Crash Bandicoot, and I only know that Crash Bandicoot is some sort of fuzzy character, and that's it. Anyway, first strike and reach. Whenever Laura Croft attacks, exile up to 1 target legendary artifact card or legendary land card from a graveyard and put a discovery counter on it. You may play that card from exile with a discovery counter on it. It's got raid at the end of combat on your turn. If you attack this turn, create a treasure token. That's some cash money over there. All you need to know, hot and tough. And guns! Doesn't she have guns? I think that's her pistols over there. Pew, 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 pew! She shoots. No one who played that game, she didn't shoot anything. Okay, we got from... I cannot pronounce this. I'm very sorry. First ever stream. And donating because you don't play MTG, but you love the stream. Thanks so much. Poodle person. Thank you very much for the donation, the super chat. Okay, do you know what that means? There was a donation, so we will give this to... Who are we going to give it to? Who are we gonna give it to? Well, I don't want to take too much time on this, so. Dawson with Urlock. I don't know what Urlock is. The Scorch. Oh, no, we did this one. I think we did it a few times. The Bone Miser. It is a black 4 generic 4/4. Whenever you discard a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever you discard a land card, though, you add double black mana. Whenever you discard a non-creature non-land card, draw a card. This reminds me of... Is this not like the creature form of Waste Not? It's like some sort of it's like it's giving a shout out to Waste Not. That much I know for sure. That much I know for sure. Okay, Mario, what do you got for us? We've got Draga Tree Speaker. Oh, it's the level up The level up card. It's a green 1/1, and if you pay 2 mana, all of a sudden it's a 1/2 that adds double green to your mana pool. And guess what? You can pay that double green to level itself up millions of times. Oh my god, getting to level 5. Elves you control have tap, add green to your mana pool. I should have like a show. Magic cards that were a bad investment. Like you like put a lot of mana into something for doing nothing. Or like barely anything. At this point, like, I don't know. I'd rather do something with those elves. Elves back then maybe sort of sucked. They weren't that bad, actually, back then. They're okay. Okay, next one we got from Platonic Liquid. Thanks so much. Donate a number of times equal to the first number you see someone say in chat that's 5 or less. So the first number I see? Well, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gotta be 5 or less. All right, so what do we see? What's the first number I see? Okay, that's the first one. Tom's like, whoa, it could have been 5, Tom. You cut somebody else out. Unbelievable. Yeah, Pedro's like 5. What about God Among Sheeps? Oh, Deathrite Shaman. Let's go Deathrite Shaman. All right, here's the first of 4. Hybrid, green, black for a 1/2. Tap, exile target land card from a graveyard. A graveyard hate. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. But if there are no lands in the graveyard, the Deathrite Shaman starves. Also has pay black, tap, exile target instant or sorcery card to make opponents lose 2 life. Also, green, tap, exile target creature cards to make, sorry, not make anything, gain 2 life. Volunteerism with a Magda. Brazen Outlaw. Busted Dwarf. Man, the moment that they make more playable dwarfs, this card's gonna really get busted. Okay, we have a red 1 generic for a 2/1. Other dwarves you get +1/+0, which at the moment is useless. Because the dwarves suck. So Magda is like a 1-person army. 1-woman army here. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token. Also, sacrifice 5 treasures. Search your library for an artifact or dragon card. Put the card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. There be dragons in these parts. The Airbrusher. That does not sound like a magic card. It barely is. It's an unglued card. Okay, so, or an unset card. It is red 1 generic for a 2/1 Goblin Employee. This is canon too. It's not silver border. It's not acorn. Whenever you place a sticker, create a treasure token. If it's an art sticker, instead create 2 treasure tokens. God, I hate sticker cards. It is just, they just hurt my head. They just hurt my head really hard. The moment I see a sticker card, I'm like, I don't even want to learn how this works. I'm just going to trust everything you do is legal, and sure, yeah, if it does that, great. Is that actually playable? It is playable. It's playable in Legacy. Judges hate that these cards exist. It's like, now they have to know. Like, technically, someone might not show up with a sticker card, like, but theoretically they can. They suck, but they could be good. Okay, so we have 2 more. We got the Big Leedy with the Nyx Bloom? Ancient? Green, 4 generic for a 5/5 trample. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much mana! That is insane! Ancient yet ever young, it is wise and subtle and cruel and reckless as the spring itself. How many cards has this been? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's the 4. I have paid the number 4 or less. Okay, Zykurin with the super chat. Skirt Prospector. Very goblin-like. Works doubles as a sack outlet. Them goblins. What's the life of a goblin like? All right, you are going to grow up and you're probably going to get sacrificed for something, either for damage or mana. You don't know what it is yet, but you're going to die for something around here. Sack a goblin, add a red mana to your mana pool. Gunblade Knight. Has anyone said Diamond? Yes, they have. That is a super sad card. Because it's inactivated at instant speed. You can't use it while placing a spell in the stack from your hand. That's correct, you cannot. Diamond Line is pure trash. All right, we did Diamond Line, so we are donating this one to... I would not say Dryad adds mana. It says Name Sticker Goblin isn't legal in Legacy or Vintage, or did you guys rule it in? Name Sticker is definitely legal. I might have got the wrong... Hold on. Okay, this might be a different version. Like, I can't find the official version. I can promise you, though, this card does exist in Legacy. Like, this might be an adapted card for... I might be looking at, like, the digital arena version of the card. Oh, is this it? When this creature enters the battlefield, you can put a name sticker on it. Oh, I get it. So I guess this is the official card, and this is legal. It's just hard to look up. And then I guess you put the name... you put this name sticker on it. It just becomes that. The most legal sticker in the game. Anyway. This is simple. Wall of Roots. Okay, so I have to donate that last one. So here we go. Donating to Wall of Roots. Green 1 generic for a 0/5 plant wall. Defender! Put a -0/-1 counter of Wall of Roots. Add a green. Activate only once each turn. Basically, it sounds like you're chopping something down and making use of the resources. Okay, next super chat. Bryce! Thank you so much, Bryce, for your super chat. Galazeth Prismari? Galazeth. Oh, we did this. Did we do this one? I think we did this one already. Red, blue, 2 generic. How am I in this mode? Enters the battlefield, create a treasure. Artifacts you control, add money. I think we did this one already. So we're going to donate it to Assassin Rue. Plasma Capture. I didn't know you guys liked this show so much. Okay, we got a blue, blue, green, green instant counter target spell at the beginning of your next pre-combat main phase. Add. Oh, that's not a creature. It not creature. It don't creature. Okay, Old Growth Troll. That's a good one. Old Growth Troll. I know what that one does. It does add mana in a weird way. Okay, it's a green, green, green 4/4 trampling creature. When it dies, if it's a creature, return it to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment with Enchant Forest. And then you tap it to and you enchant the forest, and it taps for double green. And add one, or you could also pay 1 tap, sack the land that it's on, and it becomes a 4/4 green Troll Warrior with Trample, which is just weird as hell. I think this is great. Jess says, "Is this your only source of income?" No, I got my main channel as well. Every channel is a source of income. Alright, Zykurin, but for as long as these super chats keep rolling, I have no reason to stop this show, that's for sure. Okay, Elvish Spirit Guide. We got the... we call this the sister of Harambe? It's a weird family. We got elves on one side, we got apes on the other, but both spirits. That is, someone peed in the gene pool of this family. Alright, it's a 2/2. You can also remove it from your hand from the game to add a single green to your mana pool. A lot less popular, a lot less well-known, because Simian Spirit Guide was modern legal and actually saw a lot of competitive play at the time. Alright, we got King Ginger with Karn's Living Legacy. I swear we did this one. No, we didn't. We did another Karn. Okay, we got 4 mana, 4 loyalty. It's not a creature, though. We can do a show one day. Non-creatures. We'll do another. We'll do it in 2 weeks. The non-creatures that add mana in a weird way. But today is the creature one. This is not even a creature. He was a creature before. Then he ascended to be a planeswalker. Darth Brando with Gigantha. Doesn't it just add 1 mana? Oh no, it's all Wooburg. Yeah, it's a 5 mana 5/5 companion. Tap, add Wooburg. Mana can't be spent to pay generic mana cost. So it can tap to be paid. You can tap it to pay for that door to nothingness. Okay, nah, but don't worry. The next up is King Ginger anyway. King Ginger, another Soul Devi Adnate. Oh, this is an old one. Okay, we got, this reminds me of this meme I saw, or like this post on Facebook, or maybe it was Twitter. It was like, robbers who Sharpied their face and they got caught, or it was like the stupidest like robbers of all time. This is what this picture reminds me of. Okay, we have a black 1 generic 1/2 cleric. Tap, sack a black or artifact creature to add an amount of black equal to that creature's cast to cost your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt. There seems to be so many of these cards. You tap, you sack, you add mana. There's got to be some entire deck that can be built off this damn thing. Richard Smith with the Old Rustine. Surprisingly good. Old Rutstein. Okay, we have a green. Oh, we did this one. Sorry about that. You got sniped. You got sniped like an hour ago. It was one of the first ones. You came late. You probably didn't know. Okay, so we're going to donate this one to... Let's give it to Matt. Oh, no, we did that one. Were we running out of creatures? Johnny W. for a wife. Tinderwall. Oh, is this the one we burned down? Yeah, it's I was told they... So I asked what the flavor is for this card because it's a zero... So it's a green 0/3 defender. You sacrifice it to add double red to your mana pool, which just insinuates you set it on fire. And you also pay a red, sack it. Tinderwall deals 2 damage to target creature it's blocking. So I guess you send this flaming fireball at somebody. Set the tree on fire. It's gonna be a warm Christmas. This Christmas is heating up. Okay, next super chat coming from Mario with the Satyr Hedonist. Satyr Hedonist. Oh, this is a really old one. Green 1 generic 2/1. Pay a red, sack it, add triple red to your mana pool. Try it doesn't count. It like you put an extra land in play. I don't 2 thumbs down. It don't work. Anyway, we're not looking at no more freebies from here. Missed my other 2 that I put there, Nikachu. Which okay, I'll look for it. Your other 2? Okay, where's your Zyker? Where are you, Zykerin? How can you make a super chat like this and not give me missed my other 2 that I put up there? You're gonna make me dig in the chat for your card? Okay, I'm looking, Zykerin. It's a long day anyway. I can't find any of your chats. Didn't we give you some cards? That was prior? I don't know the context of these things. You know, I go through your super chats in order. Okay, that was prior. Then what does that mean? Well, oh, when you were doing the non-supers? Yeah, so when you super chat, you can just tell me what the card that you want. Or did I get your cards? Maybe I did. I don't know. Okay. Okay, did them. Okay, then that's great. Then that means we're gonna donate your super chat to Axel Coat with the Naked Singularity. Makes all your lands strange. Would that count? Well, first off, not a creature. Second off, it doesn't actually add any mana. It just converts 1 mana to another. So you get, congratulations. You got yourself the double buzzer. The infamous double, I probably only double buzzer maybe like 3 people ever. Okay, so let's give it to Daftonable with Priest of Yawgmoth. Of Yawgmoth. Yawg. Ah! It's a black 1 generic 1/2. Tap, sacrifice an artifact, add an amount of black equal to sacked artifact's mana value. Turn artifacts into mana. Sweet stuff. Okay, next up, we got the Slackwellman. Oh my god, this deserves the ultimate super chat sound effect. Thanks, Nikachu, always there for my lunch break. Thank you very much for the huge super chat, Slack. I really appreciate it. Okay, that's got to be worth at least 2 free super chats. Let's give one to Kinomai with Vorinclex. Voice of Hunger. Does it add mana? Okay, we have green, green, 6 generic for a 7/6 trample. When you tap a land for mana, oh yeah, you get an extra mana if that land produced. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So you got a little bit of Winter Orb, and you got a little. What's another card to compare this to? There's a few cards out there. You tap lands, you get double the mana. And how about the mystery? Mr. Mystery! Ooh, Run Away Steamkin. That is very nice. I used to hate this card exactly for what it did. It's a red 1 generic 1/1. You cast a red spell, and it gets bigger. It's like Prowess that doesn't go away. It's got a +1/+1 counter. And then you remove 3 +1/+1 counters, and you add triple red. Now, the good news is you max out at 3 counters, but then you just use it to add mana to cast your spells. This is ridiculous. Is that some strange math? 10 equals 5, but 4... Yeah. Okay, I'll give 3 more. Otherwise, the show will go... Well, could end up being like the first 2-hour show of all time. Okay, we'll do 3 more. Yeah, I make up big... Oh, did you get sniped, Dinglebag? Where is you, Dinglebag? I do not see you. Arthur! Okay, you can be a third one. We got the Radha Heir to Keld. Okay, it's a green-red 2/2. Whenever Radha Heir to Keld attacks, you may add double red. You gotta use it in combat, though. And also taps to add a green. You get a little bit of both. You can add green, and also if you give it vigilance somehow, you get a little bit, you can add 3 mana. This is legendary? I think you could just make this a regular card. Who the hell is making this their commander? Run home. I have no idea why you'd want to use this card as your commander. There's gotta be sexier commanders out there. Captain Lannery Storm. The Captain. We have a red 2 generic 2/2 with haste. And whenever Captain Lannery attacks, you create a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure, oh, gets +1/+0. You're actually creating buff spells right here. Okay, we got also Mardu War Shrieker from Matt. Mardu War Shrieker? Oops, I didn't spell that right. Damn it. There we go. Red 3 generic 3/3 with Raid. Enters the battlefield. If you attacked with a creature this turn, you get Mardu mana to your mana pool. Who said Ragavan? Diego said Ragavan. You're not wrong. Okay, it's a red 2/1. And when it deals combat damage to a player, you get a treasure. And until end of turn, you can cast a spell that you like take off somebody's library. Absolute nonsense. Johnny W for life with Nissa. Resurgent. Animist. Okay, I believe that was 5 now. We got a green 2 generic 3/3 Elf Scout with Landfall. If the land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Then if this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal an elf or elemental card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Play lands, get mana. I love it. Alright. Zykurin. I think I've used up all my super chat sound effects. Knight of the White Orchard. Okay, white, 2/2, first strike. Where the Night Orchard enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a plains card and put it onto the battlefield. Alright, at least it put it onto the battlefield. I'll give it that. It did that at least. The Blue Bomber! Kirik? Kirik. The son of Yawgmoth. I've already done... No, we didn't do Kirik. We went through a whole show without Kirik showing up once. Okay, we have Phyrexian Black, 4 mana for a 2/2 horror minion. Lifelink for each black in a cost. You may pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. Oh my god. Broken! Whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Kirik, son of Yawgmoth. Does not add mana! You can just change the mana cost and use life. Actually gets disqualified. Unbelievable. Okay, so we're going to donate this to Safifi with Selvala Heart of the Wilds. Oh, the other Selvala. Some people said I chose the wrong Selvala in the first place. Okay, we have a green, 1 generic, 2/3 elf scout. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card. If its power is greater than each other creature's power, so you put something bigger than everything else, you draw a card. But it also applies to your opponents. Okay, you also pay a green, tap, add X mana in any combination of colors, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. You're not invisible. I swear you at least got 1 card today. You know, I'm trying to pass it around to everybody. Don't worry, Monster CC is going to get disqualified because that one, I know Maridri doesn't technically add mana. Okay, King Ginger, Rashmi, and Ragavan. One of those got sniped. But the other one did not. Go with Rashmi. Oh, it's both. Rashmi and Ragavan. You have to clarify. I did need the clarification, to be honest. I would have looked up, like, 1 card. Okay, we got a red, blue, green, 1 generic, 2/4 elf monkey. Whenever you cast your first spell during each of your turns, exile the top card of target opponent's library and create a treasure token. Then you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost if it's a spell with mana value less than the number of artifacts you control. If you don't cast it this way, you may cast it this turn. What? If you don't cast it this way, you may cast it this turn. Then why didn't you just cast it for free? That doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, I'm not disrespecting Redri. I sleeved that thing up, you know. I sleeved it up. Okay, Steve Cooper. Mass Bandits. Probably doesn't count. Starts it off with... Sorry, not started. Probably doesn't count, so if not, donation. Okay, I'll be the judge. I'm the judge jury around here. And almost everyone is guilty. Okay, we have a Jund, 3 generic, 5/5, Vigilance Raccoon. Oh, I see. You're just trying to squeeze in that sweet raccoon magic over here. It's got Menace. You pay to exile Mass Bandits from your hand. Target land gains tap. Add red, green, black, red, or green until Mass Bandits is cast from exile. You may cast Mass Bandits for as long as it remains exiled. Really just filtering? Yeah, I'm not counting this. It was close. I mean, if it doubled the mana, if the land was like when it's tapped to add mana, I would count it. I would count it. Okay, guess what? Okay, where's Arcanus? Sunbird. I'm sure everyone some days are like, I'm not being seen. Sunbird Standard and Sunbird F. Is it a double-sided card? 3 mana, tap, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, this is not a creature. Oh, I guess the other side might be craft with 1 or more 5. Okay, the other side better be really this card should be disqualified because the front part is not legal, but I will count the back part. Artifact creature, bird construct, flying vigilance, haste. Sunbird Effigy's power and toughness are each equal to the number of colors among exiled cards used to craft it. Tap. For each color among the exiled cards used to craft Sunbird Effigy, add 1 mana of any color. What is that mechanic called? Sunburst. It's Sunburst. This should be called the Sunburst Effigy. Oops. Look at that. Hold on. We're not done. We're not done. I didn't account. Look, where are we? How long is this? Oh no, it's only an hour and a half. This is like well within the range of Coffee and MTG sometimes. We got the Apprentice Wizard. Coming straight from Bryce. Yeah, this one hasn't been mentioned yet all day. Blue, 1 generic for a 0/1. Pay a blue tap. Add 3 colors to your mana pool. Put in that your Eldrazi deck. Cast your Eldrazi. Effigy? Like, I'm reading this effigy. I'm unless you mean effigy. F-a-G. I don't know. It's not helping. Okay, next we got Monster CC with Marrow Regery. Does not actually add mana. Some assembly required. But thanks for the shout out to the Fish Fam. So we got donate. Pretty sure we did Bog Witch already. Do I count this? Elves of Deep Shadow. It technically just adds a black, but it pokes you for one at the same time. Sure. We'll make it count. It adds mana in a very unconventional way. Through the pain! No pain, no gain. That's the way of the elves of the deep shadow. They go deep. Okay, Richard. You got Belladross Witherbloom. It is a green, black, 5 generic 4/4 Elder Dragon flying. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with. When this creature dies, you gain 1 life. We all love our 1 life, don't we? Pay 10 life. Hold the fort. So if we pay 10 life instead, untap all lands you control. Activate only once each turn. You get to untap everything for the low cost of a quarter or half my life total. At the beginning of each upkeep, we create a 1/1. Well, yeah, screw that. That is very interesting. I want to say, like, there's gotta be some way to break this. There's gotta be some land out there that's like tap, add X life or some crap like that. I mean, maybe not. Like, I have to imagine there's gotta be some sort of combo, paying life, tap lands, gain life, untap for 10, and then just go infinite. Alright, next super chat, again from Zykurin. Boop! Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan. It'll work! Oops, I'm not spelling this right at all. You all know it. It's the big baddie for 6 mana, 6/6 trample. Enters the battlefield. You look for any 2 lands. You put them on the battlefield tapped. But one thing is you don't get that untapped. But whatever. We're gonna say it adds mana in the weirdest way. Hull Breacher turns opponent's draws into treasure. Oh, okay. You're not. You snuck that one in. I just had to read this, but that's true. Yeah, for a blue 2 generic 3/2 flash, if an opponent would draw a card, except for the first one they would draw in their draw steps, you get the treasure token. And they don't get to draw the card. It's a win-win on in both ways. And we got another one from Mario. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Ashaya. Oh, I guess we didn't do this one. We have a green 3 generic, star. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, and non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. So, non-token creatures... Oh, you're just your creatures. Okay, you play this, and all of a sudden your creatures are suddenly tapping for mana around here. We all add mana. Okay, next super chat, also from Zykurin. Somberwald Sage. Somberwald. I will be more specific. The Sage of all Somberwalds. Green 2 generic for a 0/1. Add 3 mana of any one color. Spend this mana to cast only creature spells. I can't remember. I swear I faced a deck with this. And like they would play this card, and then I was just stone dead if I didn't kill it. There was a combo deck with this card, and it was probably in Modern. I just don't remember. I think we did Ancient Copper Dragon, although I'm not sure. This is not the freebie time. This is super chat time. Gilt Leaf Archdruid. I can't find it. Guilt? Oh, I spelled guilt wrong. Guilt as in guilty. Oh god. Okay, we got there. We got green 3 generic 3/3 elf druid. Whenever you play a druid spell, you may draw a card. I like that value. Tap 7 untapped druids you control. Gain control of all lands target player controls. Oh, for the druid decks out there. That's the most cruel thing you could possibly do. That's worse than Armageddon. You lost your lands, but in the worst way, because I gained them. Your loss is my gain. Faces fans like, can anyone super chat? I'm pretty sure we did this one. Hold on. Ancient Copper Dragon. Pretty sure we did this one. Oh, maybe. You know what? We didn't. Okay, we have a red 4 generic, 6/5 Elder Dragon with flying. And whenever Ancient Copper Dragon deals combat damage to a player, you roll the d20. You create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. May the result be good. Blue Bomber. Blue Bomber's not done yet. Wants Neheb, the Eternal. Red. We did this one. Yeah, we did this one. So that means we're going to donate it to Richard. Ageless Innovator. Which is a red-blue 2/3 human artificer. Tap, put 2 ingenuity counters on Giora Ageless Innovator. Then you may put an artifact card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the number of ingenuity counters on Giora. Does not count. It is like an ether vial, though. I do understand. I understand where you're coming from, but it don't count. Did you have another card that you were suggesting at the same time? Eliko with Ashaya avoid Cyclonic Rift. This is fairly amusing. Oh, you're making a comment. Martino! Mana, Weft, Sliver. Green 1 generic, 1/1. Sliver creatures you control have, I guess it gives it to all of them. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. You add, like, it's the mana dork says, hey, we're all mana dorks. Guess what, everyone? I'm going to teach you the ways of the mana dork. And you, too, can add mana with me. All right, Zykurin, what do you got here? Solemn Simulacrum. Is it on oh, yeah, it's Solemn Simulacrum. This picture sucks. I like this one. 4 mana, 2/2. Enters the battlefield. You can search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle your library. Also, if it dies, you draw a card. Nothing wrong with that either. And that's it. Gobi is free. Thank you very much for showing up today. If you want to be part of Coffee and MTG, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks so much to everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or if you super chat to become part of the show with your suggestions. And of course, we got to thank everyone who shows up here every morning. We got Bryce, we got Assassin, we got David, Toads, Arthur, Mons. This is a very big message. Monster CC, Richard Smith, Crab Tribe, Matthias Pedgman, Toads, Darkest Angel, Platonic Liquid, Arcanus. We got Tom, Flawful Waffle, Zazzy, Johnny W for Wife, Bryce. Who else we have? We have Aliko, Mr. Deadhead, King Ginger, Mario. Oh, we got one more super chat for the road. We got Steve Cooper's. What are you doing, Steve Cooper? What are you doing here? Tanuki Transplanter and or donation. Tanuki Transplanter. You just want to show a raccoon. It's an amount of green equal to its power. That's fine. Yeah, that works. Didn't we do that, though? I swear, we got that one already. We can't donate. It's the end. This is it. We're done. We did it. All right, so as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.